Hey everybody, welcome back. Third time's a charm. Sorry. I was mowing, I got grass all over me and it's all over my phone, and it was kind of messing with me because I had one like right where I was looking, so it looked like I had like a grass booger. Uh, but I was just going to show you guys, and I also made this video once. I know when you do shorts, you turn it the other way, or if you do TikTok. Uh, but I took a video and I had a little bit into it already, and I realized that I was still holding it the wrong way, so I didn't want the little black bars on my regular YouTube. But so this is just kind of pointing out why it's a good idea to watch auctions. Uh, I mean, for me, anyways, I like getting good deals on stuff and collecting stuff and other things people might not. Obviously, a lot of people don't think it's useful, but I give you an idea why I get what I get and do what I do. So, okay. So, show you. Right now I currently have an abundance of projects. Don't mind the shop. At one point I had it clean, but I'm going to show you why auctions are good. Now that whole pile of walnut, that used to be about 5 times bigger, and I got the entire pile for $200 at an auction. Which, if any of you on here watching know the price of walnut, you'll understand that was a dang good deal. It's all rough cut, but it was all dry. It'd been in a guy's basement for years, and he got rid of it. But I mean, it was the pot. I had a hard time walking in front of the car. That's how far out the pile was. But I've used it on a lot. I made a lot of cutting boards and stuff this year for people. This dresser, which looks like a complete wreck right now, and it kind of is. It's my toolbox at the moment. You know, I got the screwdrivers, all pliers. Got a drawer down here with, or this one, with different specialty tools for stuff. Like this little jobby right here for getting the pistons pushed in on brake calipers. So, you know, that one, eventually I want to fix that up and take it inside, but I don't have a toolbox right now. So that's my toolbox. I don't do a lot of mechanic work anymore. I used to be a full-time mechanic years ago, and I don't really do anymore. And I got rid of my big toolbox. Well, then I still have tools, but so that works out good right now for it. You know, I got the old Cutlass I got to finish eventually. The engine's over there on that shelf, and the transmission's down there. That's already rebuilt. I already rebuilt that. Country Time lemonade thing, got it at an auction a long time ago, real cheap. There's a little shelving thing I give like $1 for. There's a little curio cabinet over there I gave $1 for. Lockers, there's antique doors back there. But out here is kind of the main thing. Oh, running over stuff. That's walnut. These are all walnut pieces that are offcuts and leftovers from the big pile I just showed you. And that long hickory flooring down there, I had a whole bunch of that I gave like $20 for the entire pile, and it was a huge pile. But the only thing really here that's not an auction thing is that piece and that white piece that used to be a china cabinet with that on top of that. That I'm fixing up to get, because I got my wife a really nice china cabinet, solid wood, really heavy, and I refinished it and it's in the house, so that one's out here now. But that dresser we got at an auction cheap, and yeah, it needs a handle and stuff, and that's project working on. That kid's desk right here, you know, antique kid's desk, it's in really good shape, and I gave $1 or $2 for that, I believe. There's a coffee table there that I got to refinish. I gave $1 for it. You know, these street signs, I gave $1 for this. These right here, I've had a couple knee surgeries, and these right here, they call them cryo cuffs. This one's made by Aircast, but it's real good for knees. Fill that with ice water, and then you can use that for compression and ice, or you can put hot water in it if you want. But those are like $200 to buy, and I've got a couple of them. I gave $1 for that at the auction. It's brand new, so I went ahead and got that because I do use them. That one's the lid's broke on it, and one of the drawers was broke, which it's over there right now. This I actually gave to me. The guy, it was at a vendor mall, and the guy said, I can't sell it like that. You can just have it if you want to haul it off. And I was like, well, yeah, because, I mean, solid wood. So what I'm going to do is fix this and then put a brace underneath of it so that it doesn't come apart. And since it's cracked on top, probably just to hide that crack, I'll put some padding and like some leather or something on top and make it a padded top. But the big thing with this one is that I didn't even realize it because I didn't look at it that close. I just seen old finish on it, didn't think much about it. Well, I come over here and the drawer front was, you know, busted on it, and the holes are all wallered out, and I didn't really mess with it. So I took some walnut that I had. Well, back up. I wasn't going to use the walnut first, but then I got to kind of sanding on this a little bit, and this is all walnut, and I got to looking, that whole cabinet is solid walnut. So I went over and I planed down some chunks of walnut so I could make a new front for this that's not all wallered out. And I'm going to go ahead and make another one, and I'm just going to put all new walnut fronts on the drawers because I don't like the handles that are on them, and I have some handles I like that the screw holes are different spacing. So I'm just going to make new fronts for all the drawers, and that way I can put the handles on them I want without worrying about these extra holes. And that's something at auctions. Watch auctions, because like these handles like this, and I've used quite a bit of them, but I got a lot of different handles and stuff. That whole drawer full, I got that whole drawer and all that, those boxes and everything, I got like $5 in buying all of them. But so this, yeah, I got that for free, you know, but it was because I went to the auction a lot and the guy knew me, you know. The legs, I took the tabletop off and used it for something else. I didn't like it. It was, you know, and it's solid wood, but I didn't like the tabletop. It was beat up real bad, and it wasn't really worth saving. So I saved the legs, and I'm going to put a different tabletop on that and do something different, but I'm saving them legs for that. This dresser here, look at that. Solid wood. It's not none of that particle board stuff. I'm going to put different handles on it because these are ugly. But this is all solid chunks of wood. And it did have that mirror that came with it. I'm going to leave it off and just refinish it. But I'm going to refinish the top and leave it stained. And then I'm going to leave all the drawers stained and just paint the frame around it, because I like that look. So, and it's got these old doors over here that you can open up, and it's got 2 slide out drawers behind there. So, but it's all solid wood. Got that desk. You can't hardly give these away. You can't get anybody to buy these things. I'll try to find a picture of the one that I did, but I get these. The guy at the auction again, he gave me this just to get rid of it. He said no, but you know, nobody bid on it in the auction, so he just gave it to me. But I cut them out right here and right here. I cut that middle piece out, and then I route, if it's solid wood, that's a solid wood one. Well, the top, this back, it's got a laminated top, but it's solid wood under that lamination. So I'll get down below that, but I route a nice edge on it, paint them up nice, put new hardware on them, and, you know, get a little bit out of them, especially since like that one's free. They have nothing in it. You know, this stuff here is just, but I mean, I got to clean the garage. But this chipper shredder here, got the 14.5 horse motor on it. The motor by itself I looked up, and it's like $600 to replace for that exact motor. Runs great. It's still got the handle. It's got the bag in it still. Everything's there. Got it at an auction for way cheaper than what it would cost to buy this new. Way cheaper. It was under $100 that I gave for this. But I got that box and all of that wood pieces at an auction. Gave $5 for the whole pile. To some people this is junk, obviously, because, you know, nobody but me and one other guy was bidding on it. But, you know, I got uses for all that stuff. And then that's my little scrap box that I have for offcuts of stuff. This transmission jack works great. Got that at the auction. Yeah, those are a couple $100 to buy new. Gave $30 for that one. These tables right here. Now that table's in good shape, but it's that Formica restaurant stuff. But I got it because I wanted the base. And that's same with that one. I bought it just because I wanted the base. But I gave $1 a piece for them. And I'm going to take the top. This one's actually a solid wood top. So I might sand it down and see what it looks like. But that one, I'm going to put a different top on it. Like I said, I just wanted the base. You can't go out and buy that heavy duty base for $1. Oh, you can't hardly see it. But my totally bogged down with all kinds of crap on top of it table saw. Excellent table saw, runs great. It does now. I made a video on the motor because I didn't clean it out a lot and the motor quit, so I had to take it apart and clean it all up, and I made a video on that. But I gave $30 for this table saw about 4 years ago, something like that. Well, it might have even been 5 or 6 years ago now, but it's been great. Works great. Went to an auction. Or I got this for about 20% of what it cost new. This scroll saw, I got it for free. You know, now I did buy that at Harbor Freight. This and that belt sander, I bought it at Harbor Freight. So, but this planer, and I'll talk about this in a minute. For all the people that are yelling at me right now, this planer, I bought it at an auction brand new for half price of new price. So I had a smaller planer, but I had a chance to get that one for that price, and I ended up selling my other planer for enough to cover what I bought that for. So, but now for the elephant in the room, that right there. In some previous videos, you might have seen that there was a pile of wood shavings over here because I was doing a lot of projects and I didn't have time to clean up, which, yeah, I know. But I'd scoot just out of the way and then go. But this, I got tired of it piling up over here, and I don't have dust collection. And currently right now, I don't have a good spot to put dust collection and or run pipes for dust collection. Just because I need to get that cutlass done. I need to get all these projects done, get them out, and get to a point where I can pull all this stuff out and then, you know, run some stuff and do some things and reconfigure some stuff so I can make it a little better, like get an actual toolbox and move it down there, and, you know, just work it out a little bit better. But so I was cleaning that up one day, and I happened to be looking in my plumbing box, and I seen a P-trap, and I thought the end coming off of that shop vac was about the same size. So I checked it, and it's the exact same size, and there's that little gasket in there, so you can tighten this down on top of that, and it holds good. Well, the outlet of this was the same size as this, and it did pop in there good, but obviously there's no way to attach it. So it does. I do have tape on it, and that's just mainly to keep it from blowing out, because these actually have a really strong, you know, fan in there that blows shavings out. But that thing works excellent. I haven't cleaned it out yet, and I mean, that's from the last thing I just made. So yeah, it works excellent. You can make fun of it all you want, but for right now, with not having dust collection, that is an excellent option for what I have going on. So that's just, it is what it is. You know, you can make fun of it if you want, but it works. So, but that's, you know, and I know I need to clean. I know. And Okay, I'm back. But there's tons of projects I got going on. I just, and then some of my older videos showed me working on my daughter's house, my daughter and son-in-law. And I'm going to put some more on there. It's just hard to video some of that stuff when you're, you got work to do. And, like putting all the flooring and stuff down. Putting the floor down is more important than making videos. I don't make money on any of these videos. I wish I did. I'm almost up to 300 subscribers, which I'm quite a ways away from making money, but, it is what it is. But thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll try to make more videos. I just don't have a ton of time right now. Like this week, I'm working a couple extra days, and last week, some of the time I had off, I had to run up north. My dad passed away, so I had to go up to the funeral and that kind of stuff. So, it's just life. Life gets in the way of doing what you want to do, but make the best of it. Thank the Lord that I'm able to do it. And, every morning I wake up, I thank Him that I got another day I can do something. But, my wife, my grandkids are all healthy, and everybody's doing good. So, I'm blessed. I'm busy, but I'm blessed. But you know what? I'd rather be busy and blessed than sitting around not doing anything. So sometimes running is all you got. And, I'm in my 50s. So as long as I can keep moving, I'm going to keep moving. But, yeah. I'm going to try to put some more videos out there. I know I got to clean this mess. I say that on like half my videos that's out here. I got to clean this mess. But I did actually go through it one time and have all that organized. And had it fairly clean in here. But this is self-inflicted. I used to have a vendor booth where I could take these to. And, when I got them done, I could move them up there and sell them. Or like, some of this stuff. Like that dresser over there, I wouldn't even have had to do anything to it. It was nice enough. I could have just took it straight up there. I'm going to do something to it because I think it'd be worth more. And it's nice enough. I may keep it after I get the handles and stuff changed. But I'm still picking up stuff at the auction, but I don't have a booth anymore because the guy that was running the building lost his lease. So nobody got to keep their, everybody had to leave. But yeah, I got, which over there's not much stuff in it right now, but that's where all my DeWalt stuff is. Cause like got one of my lights here. I got that stuff drug all over. There's a bunch there. I got that there. I just had that out cause I had to sharpen the blade on the mower. But so, hey, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. And if you could, I'd like to get enough subscribers that I can start making a little bit of money doing this. I do have I got a piece of paper with some video ideas wrote down, just some informative stuff, some goofy stuff, some different things. But I got a GameCube that I'm going to be working on coming up. I bought a really nice, great big Nerf gun, one of them big $150 ones. And got it at an auction for $1, but the batteries are all corroded up in it. So I'm going to take it apart and see if I can get it working. I'll try to make a video on that. So, but yeah, if you guys don't mind, like, subscribe and all that, it doesn't cost anything. And if you don't mind sharing the video, I'd appreciate it. I'm just a grandpa that's trying to show some stuff, and some of it's useful. Some of it's just me yammering. Like this one, it's just talking about auction stuff, and it's just me yammering, but I'm trying to show people that it's a good idea to watch auctions. And if there's something that I really like that planer, when I seen they had it at auction, I hadn't priced one in quite a while like that. So I went and, got online and looked and seen what the current price was. Because you got to watch it, because sometimes you get in that auction, like, feeding frenzy. And you'll start bidding on stuff, and then before it's over with, I've seen people, it's crazy. I've seen people bid on stuff and like pay not just a little bit or the same, but a significant more amount than what it would cost new. Um, it was crazy. I went to an auction once and they had a bunch of 2x4s there. And at that time, Lowe's had 2x4s for $250 a piece. It was like $249, $248, something like that. And these people were bidding and they were giving $350 a 2x4 for this. So it's like, that just, to me, that's crazy. If I don't get, a good deal, I'm just not going to get it unless I like have to have it. But there were people buying like pallets of these 2x4s at $350 a 2x4. And, or not a pallet, a bunk. And for 8-foot 2x4s, it's like 296 2x4s, I believe. Almost 300. And so for every bunk they bought, that was like they paid like an extra $300 per bunk that they bought compared to what they could have bought them at Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever. And these 2x4s, they were about the same quality as the ones at Lowe's and Home Depot and stuff. They occasionally have some twists in them, but by occasionally I mean most of the boards that you get. But at least my experience, don't know, yours may differ. And I know this video's long, and if you're still here by now, thank you for watching. Yeah, just please subscribe and like and all that, and try to get this channel built up. I know it takes time, and I know I don't put videos up consistently, but I put them up when I can. So, but appreciate it. Thanks for all of you watching, and just have a good day. Thanks. Bye.